Man, I don't know. I'm from Joliet. But according to Wikipedia, George Perry Floyd Jr. was a Black American man who was murdered by a white police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota, during an arrest made after a store clerk suspected Floyd may have used a counterfeit $20 bill. On May 25, 2020, Derek Chauvin, one of the 4 police officers who arrived on the scene, knelt on Floyd's neck and back for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, causing his death from a lack of oxygen. After his murder, a series of protests against police brutality, especially towards Black people, quickly spread across the United States globally. George Perry Floyd Jr. was a Black American male who was murdered by a white police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota, during an arrest made after a store clerk suspected Floyd may have used a counterfeit $20 bill. On May 25, 2020, Derek Chauvin, one of the 4 police officers who arrived on the scene, knelt on Floyd's neck and back for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, causing his death from a lack of oxygen. After his murder, a series of protests against police brutality, especially towards Black people, quickly spread across the United States and globally. His dying words were, "I can't breathe," became a rallying slogan. That's what I know about George Floyd. And now I'm seeing that they're finna do a biopic of him. I get it. But the first thing that bothered me was seeing a post doing a run across social media where it's George Floyd's daughter, a 10-year-old, is being used. It reads, George Floyd's 10-year-old daughter will be an executive producer of his upcoming biopic. Now, an executive producer can be a huge role or a very small one. It's a wide range. Don't let the title fool you. She's being called an executive producer to pull on the people's sympathy, which is evil. Because they know saying that she's an executive producer, most people who don't understand what executive producer is going to automatically assume that, hey, we have to go support this because this is for the family. Which couldn't be farther from the truth. I don't like it. Because, like, who is George Floyd? So the name of the biopic is Daddy Changed the World. In what way did he change the world? I'm curious. He got taken out on camera, and we all had to watch it for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Who was George Floyd? His first paragraph of Wikipedia is about his death. I would hate that to be my first paragraph on my Wikipedia when I go. That's why I'm building mine myself right now. But his first paragraph sounds like a last paragraph. It's sick, man. Watching that video is not okay. It wasn't okay. It wasn't okay how they pushed that in front of our faces. It's not okay that all of our kids, all of our family members has experienced the viewing of a death. Do y'all know what that do to people Do y'all really understand what kind of pain that put people in? What type of trauma is being induced while watching a man die for 9 minutes and 29 seconds? What did he do? How did he change the world? Now y'all finna try to create a biopic where y'all finna create a hero out of him. What this hero supposed to inspire us to do? Get taken out? Go out the house with a, yeah, I'm ready to go attitude high. I'm ready to leave this planet any day now attitude high. Come on, man. People who live like that, who walk outside ready to die, that's suicidal. That's suicidal behavior. We're not going to sit right here and act like this is just something to inspire to be like. Why do our heroes have to die? What's wrong with y'all, man? And then people so blinded by their emotions because just because they say his daughter is executive producer, that's going to pull on the strings of y'all little fragile hearts. That's evil. You have companies playing on y'all sympathy. You have companies preying on the pain of your little brothers, little sisters, moms, dads, uncles, you. We didn't have to see that, man. And now they get to make money off of it. Listen, the camera recording that went out of the actual murder was for free. It was a test. How would they respond? People reacted in a major way. You know what a company see? Big bucks. The question becomes, how do we convert this response into dollars? How do we convert pain and trauma into dollars? Average George Floyd is a global household name right now. He died, y'all. He died, y'all. Come on, man. It's not right. Don't like it. The only people that would see something like that video where this man lost his life and see it as something that electrifies them, makes them move, are people with the spirit of a fan. It's entertainment. It satisfies their emotional need. Most people need a purpose. And if you pull out the right emotions, it satisfies them for a moment. Those are fans. Most fans ain't never had nobody who they grew up with, been around, knew, even went to school with, passed away prematurely. They never experienced that pain. Most people never lost somebody, never lost a family member to the prison system. I know how this feels to have your cousin pass away, he killed, while you locked up in prison. For trying to make some money because you don't want to be broke. You don't want to be a nobody. You want to be something. Not even be able to say goodbye. Or a cousin who was charged with first-degree murder after multiple witnesses said it was an accident. But the police gets on the stand and say, oh, I think I wrote accident, saying like that was an accident. And you can see clearly he's lying. And so can the judge and everybody else in the courtroom. But the judge has taken second degree and whatever was charged third degree manslaughter off the table when it's either first degree or not. So even though it was an accident, the jury, being normal people as they are, don't really understand what should they do when it happened, but it was an accident, but we can't charge that as an accident because that charge out on the table is either fine, not guilty, and he go home today and don't receive a punishment other than the time that he had sat down here in the county waiting for trial, which was years, no charge on his background from this situation, or, hey, well, it didn't happen, we have to go to something, right? I don't know how that feel. Or another cousin who get out life in Wisconsin after being lied on the stand, and everything was proven to be a lie. Because even within their lie, they had to tell the truth. And the truth was, your cousin wasn't nowhere in the area. Video surveillance at Walgreens, 45 minutes away, proved that he could have been there. But when you talk to the judge tells you without shame or guilt that, hey, I know he didn't do this. I don't believe he did this, but I'm getting all type of letters threatening me of death, and now vote me in, so I have a decision to make. As if we give a fuck. As if my little cousin ain't facing a natural life. And then at that, he was only 15. And then what makes the story even better is that a Wisconsin state police or sheriff, whatever they call it, daughter, got to understand the lie. Her lie even makes sense in the making of my cousin and being the murderer. Because she still only placed the other guy on the scene. She aided and abetted it by taking the murder weapon from the person, cleaning it, discarding it. And her father made her get back on the stand the next day and tell the fucking truth. And my little 15-year-old cousin still got charged with murder, capital murder, and received a natural life sentence. Got put in the most racist prisons in Wisconsin. Y'all ain't never felt that. That's why it's so easy to watch this stuff and let that move y'all and act like y'all know this person and get y'all feelings involved because y'all don't have nothing going on in y'all life that gets your emotions and feelings running so high as the one from George Floyd's murder. A man that y'all don't even know. Y'all couldn't have nothing else happen in y'all life. This life is fluffy for y'all. In every movie, character has to go through a stage of growth. It's a stage for growth, but I can't say it right now. But then it's a stage of growth, then it's the becoming of your hero. Then it's the end and whatever it is. But in the story of your hero, he overcome. We already know the ending. The ending is the first paragraph. The ending is his beginning. Why do we need a movie? Answer that question. Now, What did George Floyd's death do to America? According to studies on PNAS.org, on May 25th, 2020, George Floyd, an unarmed black American male, was killed by a white police officer. Footage of the murder was widely shared. We examined the psychological impact of George Floyd's death using 2 population surveys that collected data before and after his death. One from Gallup and one from the census. According to the Gallup data, in the week following George Floyd's death, anger and sadness increased to unprecedented levels in the U.S. population. Anger and sadness. Certain levels of sadness and anger both can be disabling. Remember that. During this period, more than a third of the U.S. population reported these emotions. 1/3 of the population. These increases were more pronounced for Black Americans, nearly half of whom reported these emotions. So again, what did it do to America? It made people sad and angry. Who was the most sad and angry? Black Americans. Why do y'all not love us? Why do y'all hate us so bad? And I ask that because, why did y'all release that video? Why? What was the reason? You guys are scholars. There's always a reason. There's always a intended outcome. What did y'all want that video to do? I'm gonna ask y'all, was it a success? Then I'm answering for y'all. I guess it was, because now a biopic is coming. I'm gonna read this before I go on to what else I gotta say. According to the U.S. Census household post data, in the week following George Floyd's death, depression and anxiety severity increased among Black Americans at a significantly higher rate than that of white Americans. Our estimates suggest that this increase corresponds to an additional 900,000 Black Americans who would have screened positive for depression associated with a burden of roughly 2.7 million to 6.3 million mentally unhealthy days. The video. Notice I'm talking about the video. The first paragraph. That's the last paragraph. The video. The video of Floyd's death and the subsequent protests were widely shared by media outlets on social media. Previous work has found widespread, easily accessible social media coverage of killings to produce cumulative trauma and result in negative psychological effects on the larger Black community, especially when viewed in the historical context of structural and cultural racism and discrimination in the United States. Indeed, experiences with racism and discrimination are a cornerstone of Black identity in the United States, and experiences with the police brutality towards Black Americans can vicariously traumatize other Black Americans. Do y'all see what it did? We got traumatized by something that we wasn't even physically there for. We don't even know this man, but we know this man ain't. Don't y'all find it weird how we feel like we're a part of everything that happens to everybody out here? Like, wow, if we attached ourselves to everything that happened bad out here in the world, we would be fucked up people. Think for a moment. That's why it's good to have separation. It's good to surround yourself with the people that you want to be like. It's good to surround yourself around happy people if you want to be happy, sad people if you want to be sad, traumatized people if you want to be traumatized. What's not okay is for these large media outlets to push this in front of the people's mind and their business. It's not okay. You force-fed trauma to people. You play it on Black people's emotion, and then you play it on white people, other people's sympathy. And you stay by putting the door there and saying she's an executive producer of a film. She's 10 fucking years old. Should she even be being promoted? Is that right? Is it ethical? What is it? I don't know. When has the line been crossed? Police brutality can affect both the physical and the psychological health of individuals, including increased risk of cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity, increased fear of victimization and experiences with racial biases, and decreased self-regard. More broadly, experiences with racial discrimination are linked to lower physical and psychological health amongst Black Americans, including increased rates of post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and anxiety, even after adjusting for socio-demographic factors. And these are studies that's done by our universities. These companies know what they're doing. They know the effect that this stuff have on us. That's why they do it. Why do we still allow the media to play this game of divide and conquer with us? Keep us busy, sad, mad, depressed, and filled with anxiety so that we can't really afford to move up in life because we're too busy dealing with trauma that wasn't even for us. And now we're finna make this man a hero. How do we get here? We managed to come from Martin Luther King to George Floyd. Y'all didn't want to know Martin Luther King, huh? Because he learned something before he passed. Before y'all took him out. It was too dangerous. So y'all got a nobody. It made him bigger than life. It made him symbolic. Immortalized him. But all we know is the first paragraph is the last paragraph. But here it is, y'all creating this creative player right in front of us. He's a hero to who? His daughter. I'm a hero to my son. I'm a hero to my family. Who cares? That don't make him a hero to my son. My son don't need a hero that if he want to be like him, he have to go out and get taken out. We better than that. We better than that. The way y'all do our real heroes in exchange for y'all, people who y'all want to be our heroes, is sickening. Y'all did Uncle Bill Cosby horrible. So horrible that the people that y'all influenced didn't even actually watch the trial or even listen to what went on in the trial from organizations who was reporting from inside the trial. The people that followed y'all didn't even understand that it was just one lady. It wasn't all no women that y'all put all across the media to make it a bigger story than what it was. It was actually one woman who looked like she don't even like me, actually. And her claim was that he touched her leg inappropriately. The pills was already proven to not be true. But he touched her leg inappropriately. They didn't pay attention to it. She actually had a friend who was her college dorm mate who had recordings of her planning to set a famous person up. And just so happened to be Bill Cosby. But a leg. If I did touch a leg inappropriately, maybe I got the wrong signal. Maybe I thought that's what you wanted, but if I touch your leg and you say, oh, what you doing? And you sue me, and I pay you all the money that he paid her, I can't remember it right now, but it's a lot of money. If I pay you all that money for touching the leg, what more do you want from me? In Tyrese's voice. How much does it cost to touch a leg? It's my apology. But the way y'all did them on y'all media outlets was horrible. Y'all made him to be a monster, a predator. It's horrible being. Y'all intentions was to erase who he was to us. That's what y'all set out to do. Uncle Bill, he showed us a great black family where the mom was a lawyer and the father was a doctor. And the kids grew to be great kids and went off to college and everything else. He gave us that. When media only portrayed us in the gangster role, a victim role, that is my hero. So I understand what y'all doing is pure evil. And I don't see it as being nothing else but that, because evil is intentional. And at that level, you guys got to be intentional with everything you do. I know better. What y'all do to ours, the ones that we call our heroes, and then y'all hand us George Floyd. It's not my son fucking hero. He's no hero of America. He was simply a black man that we watched get assassinated. They had a George Floyd bill. Y'all shitted on that. Y'all want to give us a movie to watch, and y'all to benefit from. And then y'all use this man's beautiful daughter to get the results that y'all want. That has to be predatory. I know one thing for sure, is not of God. Playing on people's sympathy is not of God. It's conniving, it's manipulative, and it's a bad deal when one party benefits extremely more than the other. But I understand the mind of the average people, and that goes for any race. The average person don't have a purpose. The average person is in a state of depression because America put them there. The average person wants to prove that they're worth something to themselves. I understand, so even me saying this, I'm sure it's gonna anger people. I didn't disrespect George Floyd, but people are gonna say that I disrespected George Floyd. In this world of like virtual reality, where nobody lives in real life, only on social media, everything that's wrong is right and everything that's right is wrong. So I know I'm gonna be wrong. Man, it's just some stuff I get off my chest, and I don't care how y'all take it. Oh man, wake the fuck up, man. Y'all act like idiots, man. I understand that most people are followers, but damn, at least be a good chooser of a leader or what to follow. Stop letting these people pull at y'all heart, y'all pain. Stop letting people put y'all in these feelings that benefit from it at the same time. It's like double jeopardy to me. George Floyd is no hero of mine, and he won't be a hero in my household or in my world. He simply don't have the qualities of a hero. He didn't change the world. He saddened the world. He angered the world. He depressed the world. Truth is, George Floyd is TK. If you have to die to be great was a person, it would be George Floyd. Death made George Floyd great. Never understood how you're supposed to suffer here and live a great life after death. It don't make sense to me, because the people who push that on a certain group of people don't even follow that. But that's the story of George Floyd. Live a horrible life while you're here, and after death your name will be great for saddening the world, for disabling yours. I wouldn't want the effect of me leaving to be that. Actually, the total opposite. I want y'all to be happy at the change that I actually made while I lived. I just wanted to drop in and talk about that. It was on my mind. Love y'all. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, or at least attempt to understand what I said. If this video angered you in any type of way, do me a favor and listen to it again and really feel where I'm coming from. When you listen to it the second time, see me as your best friend who would never harm you, who would never wish harm on you, who would never want you to feel a trauma as death ever. It's not okay. I was born in a family of death. Y'all don't want that. I seen what it did to the people around me. I'm seeing what it's still doing to the people around me. I adapted well, but I have to see all the others who didn't. I wouldn't wish that upon nobody. So please, if this angers you in any kind of way, meaning anger towards me, if I trigger anger, please look at it again and really understand where I'm coming from. If you watch it the second time and I still trigger anger out of you, fuck you.